Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are here for our GD session, and the topic for our GD session is the correlation between sports and culture. Is the cultural diffusion a boon or bane, or does sport support the culture? So we will gonna discuss on these topics and subtopics. So we will stay tuned to you.
I believe sports and culture are very much interrelated. The sports we play are a very great aspect. They tell us about this culture we belong to and the nationality we come from. So I believe sports play a very important role in describing the cultures and sports diffusion, cultural diffusion in terms of sports is also very important since the games we play are very much connected. For example, the Olympics that we play, a lot of countries participate in that. And I believe cultures are intermixed during that time when people connect with them and the sports.
I also totally agree that sports and culture both are interrelated with each other, as sports give a new image to the culture, as we see today in different games in different spheres, like whether they are Commonwealth Games, Olympics, or cups. We see that players of different culture unite there and they play. So it also makes a huge impact in the sharing of the culture of different union. As in India, there is a diversity in culture. Even in a small area, there is a diversity in culture. So being a person from here, I believe that sports play a very important role. And nowadays, we are also seeing that the new generation has a cultural diffusion in them, which is not a good thing, because a culture is an image of a person. It reflects the instincts they have from their ancestors. So I think culture diffusion is a bane for the today's generation, and sports definitely support the culture, as there are interrelation of different countries with each other. As today we can take the recent example of the ICC Sports World Cup, we see that the players from different countries have been welcomed in the Indian tradition. So it makes a huge impact on those people, because they gain some new experiences from the culture of different countries. We can take the example of Olympics also, in which they have been arranged in different countries after repetition, which makes the player aware of the culture of different countries, even though they are very diverse or they are very small. So I think that being a sportsman, it is a sports and culture are interrelated with each other.
Checked on your part, the part that where you said that cultural diffusion is a bane for the society. I believe the differences. It is not the differences that drift us apart. It is our inability to identify them. Cultural diffusion does not mean that your image will be lost. It's just that cultures will be interconnected. There will be more harmony and more unity in the society. So I believe cultural diffusion is definitely a bane for the society. It has overall a positive impact. Like we say, every coin has two faces. So I believe the positive one is more outshining. Cultural diffusion is a boon, and as cultural diffusion lead us to more harmony. More than one or cultures are represented by a country. For example, sumo from Japan. It totally shows the culture of Japan and how their ancestors would have perceived the society. And are sports and culture interrelated? Yes, of course they are interrelated. Cricket, like Anmol gave an example. क्रिकेट में भी बहुत सारे जो है हमारे कल्चर जो है रिप्रेजेंट किए जाते हैं. कल्चर जो है स्पोर्ट्स में टीम वर्क को एनहांस करता है, यूनिटी लाता है, और स्पोर्ट्स जो है टोटली सपोर्ट करता है कल्चर को एंड कल्चर डिफ्यूजन को. During Olympics and different sports leagues, what happened is different cultures are different cultures interact with each other, and different sports person interact with each other, which totally shows that which totally on a global level leads to unity.
I totally agree with the point which Shia has given to me, that culture diffusion is a boon for the society, as it make the unity of people. But I would very very sorry, I pardon you, but I beg to differ with you, because culture is not a today's new thing. It has been a thing which has been used by our ancestors since so long time. So, if we see the formation of a culture, how a culture is formed, it is not formed by only one individual. It is formed by an era. It's take a lot of time to make a culture into everyone. So, if we compare two different cultures, the culture of North people and culture of South, you will see very few similarities but a lot of differences, because a culture is not with a person to person. It is with the geography, it is with the climate, it is the surrounding you are, it is with the environment. So I think that diffusing two different things may not give positive outcome maximum time. It can give a few, but not every time. Like there in South, there is a very famous game like Jalaikattu, in which people try to chase a bull and to stop him. So those people have these kind of builds in them. They have no special type of, I would say, energies in them in which they can play that act. A person from North cannot do that. So I think that culture is a sum up of all the environment, physical features, the climate, the weather conditions are a sum of a culture is a sum up of all these. So mixing two different things which have some different characteristics will not give you a positive outcome every time.
I believe the part where you said that cultural differences are not are more like the negative part. I believe it's not negative. They're just saying that North Indians cannot play the games which South Indians play, and South Indians cannot play the games which North Indians play. I totally disagree with you on that. I believe that it is not the ability of the people to play the games, it's just the surroundings where they are brought up that affects the games that they play. So I believe cultural diffusion, that part is not right here. And the second thing is that had the North Indians and South Indians been so differentiated, I believe that we would not have been living in a country which is so united. We live in India. It is a united country where all the peoples live in harmony. So I believe North Indians and South Indians have a very good relationship with each other, and they can play the sports they want to play. It's just about their cultures and the places they've been brought up.
So this was the point which I so this was the point which I was giving. You have seen that it is a culture where it is the environment where have they been brought up. So it inbuilds that culture in them. If you are brought in a I if you are brought in a different kind of environment and I am brought up in a different kind of environment, there will be differences in both of us. And if we try to work on a particular thing, there will be clashes. There will, because your thinking will be different from me. The perspective from where I am thinking will be different from you, because of thinking.
We know and neglect the negative ones because they are not that widespread. We respect each other's culture, and I think that is what matters the most.
I would say that जो cultural diffusion है, you people are perceiving it as one person can change or diffuse two cultures. If a culture is to be diffused with another culture, it will happen with a lot of period of time, and it won't take, like he gave an example, like North Indians and South Indians. You cannot alone alonely diffuse both the cultures. There will be the set of environments, and
Society have to accept that.
The society have to accept that, and the another thing is all the peoples will accept that, and everyone there will be able to correlate, and they will able to find unity in it. And आप अकेले ही कल्चरल डिफ्यूजन नहीं कर सकते. जब सारी सोसाइटीज, जब सारी कास्ट या जो भी है हमारे इंडिया में, कितना सारा कास्ट सिस्टम है, डाइवर्सिटीज, इतना सब कुछ है, तो आप अकेले नहीं कर सकते कल्चर डिफ्यूजन. जिन दो कल्चर्स को डिफ्यूज होना है वो खुद ही हो जाएंगे.
And as he said that cultural diffusion is a new phenomena. It is not a new phenomena. हम काफी देर से ट्रेड करते आ रहे हैं. पहले भी ट्रेड्स होते थे.
Shreya,
Cultural
could it be
diffusion.
both boon as well as bane?
So, but being a very optimistic person I am, I would like to focus on the positive one.
Positive one,
हमें कुछ
exactly.
clashes उतने ज़्यादा दिखते नहीं हैं. We respect each other's culture, and as I said, that is what matters the most.
But it doesn't matter that if we are looking at the positive side, we should neglect the negative one.
We are
I
not
think
neglecting it.
according to cultural diffusion, whenever the phenomena holds, whenever this happens, I think we must accept the best one and reject the
First one.
But so in some
rest of the things which is not sporting our culture or our taste, we can say.
yes, we can say that.
A
I
bit
want to
sad.
say something. Sir, I agree with the point that Anmol said that if the clashes, जो भी clashes होंगे वो सब जो है एक बहुत ज़्यादा डिस्ट्रक्शन हमारे किसी भी पर्टिकुलर दो कल्चर्स के बीच में फिर आएंगे तो इतनी ज़्यादा डिस्ट्रक्शन जो होगी वो
I would like to ask a question to a big clash due to which a lot of destruction have happened. अगर destruction हो रही है तो वो cultural diffusion होगा ही नहीं. अगर दो
Exactly.
cultures मिल रहे हैं तो वहाँ पे obviously people would have seen the positive side in it, and अगर वहाँ पे लोगों को negative चीज़ दिख रही है या destruction दिख रही है तो there won't be any cultural diffusion.
डिफ्यूजन होगा ही नहीं ना. जहाँ पर क्लैश होगा फिर वहाँ डिफ्यूजन कैसे हो जाएगा? वहाँ डिफ्यूजन की पॉसिबिलिटी जीरो हो गई.
And I believe sports is not the only thing where these clashes happen. वैसे भी clashes हो सकते हैं ना. हम बाकी
चीज़ों
चीज़ों को neglect नहीं कर सकते. सिर्फ स्पोर्ट्स की वजह से वो डिफ्यूजन हम नहीं बोल सकते कि वो नेगेटिव साइड पे ज़्यादा.
Okay, how will you elaborate that sport culture?
Sport, I believe, is a really big supporter of sports because culture is something that we all are connected to. We all have different cultures, and since cultural diffusion is a very big part, so I believe as people meet each other, as people engage with each other, they play sports. So I believe sports is something that brings all the people together, that helps them to neglect the differences and bring in the qualities of harmony and unity and staying happy with each other and having fun with each other without focusing on the cultures that you're coming from.
Sir, I want to take an example. जो इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच होता है वो भी दो कल्चर्स एक दूसरे हम लोग बोलते हैं कि जो कल्चर है वो हम लोगों के बीच में कोई भी एक फ्रेंडली मैच है बट वो एक फ्रेंडली मैच से ज़्यादा एक गेम से ज़्यादा एक सेंटिमेंटल गेम बन जाता है जब इंडिया और पाकिस्तान का मैच होता है. तो उस टाइम पे जो मतलब क्लैशेस होते हैं हिंदूज एंड मुस्लिम्स के बीच में उसमें क्या पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट है?